Hello everybody and welcome back to SVR 11 Universe. I'm Jitch and this is ECW.
Approaching the ring from El Paso, Texas, weighing 215 pounds, Chavo, Guerrero.
We are kicking things off here on ECW with an ECW Championship tournament. There will be a total of 5 matches, I believe. We're going to be seeing 2 matches from Raw this week on ECW. Sorry, let me correct that. We're going to be seeing a match from Raw and a match from SmackDown this week on ECW. We're then going to see another match from Raw and another match from SmackDown next week on ECW. And then on the final ECW before Elimination Chamber will be the semi-finals as well as the finals, as we will be seeing the winning SmackDown 2 face off against each other, the winning Raw 2 face off against each other, and then a match between the SmackDown and Raw half winners on the final episode before Elimination Chamber. And this will all be to determine the next contender for the ECW Championship held by Yoshitatsu.
And his opponent from Harlem, New York, weighing 309 pounds, Ezekiel.
I don't think anyone's going to dispute that the ECW Championship tournament had to happen. Terry Funk, you know, he was a great champion for all 4 days that he held it. he was very fit for the championship. He was respectable, you know, he came out, he gave Tatsu an opportunity. I just don't think he was quite anticipating, I don't think he'd quite considered the possibility of losing that tournament match, which is obviously what ended up happening. And I think that just kind of that set Terry Funk back a bit. But it is confirmed next week's tournament matchup will be Jake Roberts versus Terry Funk for the ECW Championship tournament. So we will be seeing those two compete to try and advance in the tournament as well. The winner of that match will face the winner of this match in 2 weeks' time on ECW in the semi-final match. And then the winner of that... and then the winner of that match will also go on to face off against the winner of SmackDown's side, which will be the main event this week, the SmackDown side of the tournament.
What do you think's going through the mind of Chavo right now, King?
Chavo Guerrero has been given a huge opportunity here tonight to end his losing streak. If he loses this match, it will be his 4th loss in a row. Whereas if Ezekiel Jackson is to lose this match, it will be his 3rd loss in a row. Now, this ECW Championship was brought with one thing in mind, and that was helping people's careers that weren't doing so very well. People who weren't getting any TV time, people who needed something to fight for. That was the goal of the ECW Championship, and I think it has definitely served its purpose so far as that, giving Terry Funk and Yoshitatsu something to kind of minorly rival about, giving ECW purpose these last few weeks rather than just being a random match that features the lower ranked guys. But when it comes to these two, you're looking at the exact prime example, the very reason that the ECW Championship was invented, and that is a fair opportunity for those that haven't yet actually really achieved much yet. In the kindest way to put it. Neither one of these two have ever won a match in this series. You're looking at someone who is 0-3 in Chavo Guerrero against someone who is 0-2 in Ezekiel Jackson. And I don't think that Jackson plans on matching Chavo Guerrero's win-loss record anytime soon. But Chavo is really putting up a hell of a fight.
Great match here. But if you missed any of the matches from this week, go to WWE.com.
There are a few others that obviously could have potentially used the opportunity a little more than Terry Funk. Some could argue maybe it should be Mike Knox versus Jake Roberts, as that's another guy who hasn't actually gotten a victory yet. But the argument for that is Terry Funk is a former ECW champion. He is kind of a top part of this brand. Although he holds victories, it's not about literally just only giving the opportunity to people that never have won. So we will be seeing Terry Funk have to fight his way to getting his rematch with Yoshitatsu that he so generously gave out in the first place. That time it connected. Big Uranagi by Ezekiel Jackson. And it looks like he's going to go for a second one. Wow, his signature and finisher are the same thing. It's really weird. And that flattening Uranagi to Chavo Guerrero gets Ezekiel Jackson his first win and Chavo Guerrero's 4th loss. So in 2 weeks' time, it will be Ezekiel Jackson facing off against the winner of next week's Raw match in the ECW Championship Tournament. He is now in the semifinals of this tournament. Ezekiel Jackson, if he can just get 2 more wins, will be the man to challenge Yoshitatsu for the ECW Championship. And I gotta say, I think that's someone Yoshitatsu doesn't want to go toe-to-toe with. Well, Ted DiBiase has been able to grace us in this next match.
Accompanied by Cody, Rhodes. Approaching the ring from West Palm Beach, Florida, weighing in at 238 pounds, Ted DiBiase.
Well, Ted DiBiase has decided he is going to grace us with a gift from him and his family here tonight. He has said that for one night only, he is going to treat us all to the $1 Million Championship. He is going to come out here on ECW and he is going to put that title on the line. That is what he has told us is going to happen. DiBiase has issued an open challenge to anyone that wants it to just try and get through him if they can. So, bold move by Ted DiBiase, but he has issued that open challenge, and I really can't say I'm surprised by who's answered it, actually.
From Belfast, Northern Ireland, weighing 233 pounds, Finley.
I don't know what's going on with this rivalry. I don't know what the fixation between these two facing off is. I've just realized the arena has suddenly become superstars. I am terribly sorry. I was like, why is everything all blue and grey? It's really weird. Because it's superstars, not ECW. That'll happen from time to time because I can't actually change the brand. I have to change the arena for every single match. So there's going to be times where I slip up and it's going to suddenly become superstars. We'll just say that it was taped on a different day. It's still ECW, it was just taped on a different day. But the $1 Million Championship is up for grabs. This is just kind of Ted DiBiase's little toy to dangle over people's heads. He's, decided that he's going to let anyone that wants a shot at it have a shot at it, but only when he says so. And right now, he's just feeling generous, so we get graced with an opportunity from DiBiase. Finley, I think, is probably going to try and make the most of this. I mean, the thing is, it's actually been said by the SmackDown general manager, there's almost a hit on that title, because the moment someone takes it away from DiBiase, SmackDown general manager Teddy Long has every intention of making that a regular featured championship on SmackDown. He has every intention of making that another title. It's only because it's being held by DiBiase that that's not a thing, that there is no power over it. Referee not even looking at the pin, but able to know that it was happening, I guess, so that's something. And a massive German suplex. Seems like everybody's pulling those out these days. DiBiase feeling smart for getting out of the ring, I'd imagine. And it's very much his own championship, his own rules. He can get himself disqualified if he wants. He can get himself counted out, same as any other champion. But he is willfully defending his own property when he has these matches. He is risking everything. That championship is an heirloom of his father's. Ted DiBiase Sr. And there is absolutely no excuse for that. That was very blatant. And of course, this is what you mean. DiBiase can do whatever the hell he wants as he sees fit. You know there's a catch when he puts that title on the line.
I don't agree with a lot of things DiBiase says, but there's no denying the man.
It's very unusual to see DiBiase defend that $1 Million Championship, so when he does, expect some kind of fishy business. I don't know what happened to Yoshitatsu back in his first title defense when he fought off against him, but I wouldn't trust DiBiase. Something is almost always up. You're talking, like, this match has kind of become one-sided now. Finlay was literally struck with a sledgehammer and then choked out with it. This is not a fair fight anymore. I give credit to Finlay for fighting back. That's quite a weapon to be hit with and just carry on competing. DiBiase had enough of that.
Smart strategy there.
I don't know what this rivalry between the Legacy and Finlay is, but it's really been building.
The WWE Universe hanging on every move.
Cody providing enough of a distraction for DiBiase to quickly swoop in with the offense.
And they get whipped right into those steel steps.
Oh, there you go. And so many running neck breakers from DiBiase. He now goes to the top rope. I would have imagined a fist drop, but that's fine. I know that's usually second rope, but there you go. There's a fist drop. Get the crowd pumped. He's a bad egg, that DiBiase. More money than brains. Here comes them big fist drops. Trademark DiBiase. Didn't even slightly connect. Not a very good camera angle to have gone with. That guy's getting fired. Uh-oh. Think we've just said goodnight to sweet little Finlay. No, we have not. DiBiase saying, that's it. If you're not going to get pinned, you're going to tap. No, he's not. Finlay's got it all. Amazed. He got hit with Dream Street and he just got back up. There you see them classic elbows. The DiBiase special. There you see that taunt that he does. The DiBiase special. More fist drops. Cody Rhodes just loves him a fist drop. They really do need to stop going with that camera angle. That is not good. DiBiase going for a second Dream Street. Finlay is tough as nails, but I'd be surprised if even he was able to kick out of 2 Dream Streets. One, he was able to fight back from quite smoothly, but a second one is the title retained for DiBiase. Maybe one day someone will bring that belt to SmackDown, but today is not that day. Still, Tony, still. While Soup ECW Stars continues in just a moment as we move on to a SmackDown tournament match for the ECW Championship Tournament. Yoshitatsu will face the winner of this tournament in 3 weeks at Elimination Chamber. But up next, the tournament continues. Well, the ECW Championship Tournament continues with the SmackDown side of the tournament. One-on-one competition between former partners.
Approaching the ring, from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 230 pounds, JTG.
This is an opportunity for both these men. Obviously, it's probably the best way to carry on this issue between them, because it gives them both something to move forward to. So, it is what it is. It's going to be JTG going one-on-one with his former partner Shad. This will be the first time either of these have competed as singles competitors since the split of Crime Time. A split that was entirely orchestrated by Shad. JTG had no part in it, other than suddenly getting betrayed in the middle of a tag title match. I don't really understand why it happened to this day. I still don't think we've really got any clarity on why he decided to stab JTG in the back, but can only hope for the best for him, really, I guess.
And his opponent from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 295 pounds, Shad.
Now, some of you might be wondering where Shad's theme is. That is property of D9fault right now. I might give D9fault a different theme, but at the moment, I'm sorry, that belongs to D9fault. Shad can't have it. Tough shit. He wants it too bad. And Shad has obviously decided to completely change up his look as he distances himself from his former partner. I guess we'll see what happens. It's the first time we've ever seen these two fight each other. Very interested in seeing how they make as enemies. Oh, Shad went for the quick shoulder tackle, very Ezekiel Jackson-esque in his match against Chavo Guerrero, but JTG was very quick on the offense there. And this is really not something I think we'd expected to see, was Crime Time fall apart so quickly and during such a high point in their career. All because of ego, what that kind of came down to, was the fact that JTG was considered to be the one getting more opportunities, more of the spotlight. And Shad felt like it should have been him. It should have been his time and he should have been the guy on top. Doesn't want to play games anymore. He doesn't want to act like a fool like JTG. He wants to be taken seriously and he wants to be taken to the top. I'll tell you right now, the only one coming off the top is JTG. A hell of a move. It's just such a shame that this tag team fell apart like this. They had a lot of potential. They were in control in that tag team match for quite a big part of it, if I remember correctly. Seems strange of Shad to just throw that away. I'll tell you what, Shad and Ezekiel Jackson both are advancing to the ECW Championship tournament. I would not want to be Yoshitatsu. That is two very big guys coming for your championship.
Here we are, WWE main event, and we've got the best seats in the house.
JTG with the arm. The WWE Universe has to be on the edge of its seat for this one.
Just keeps on going. Neither one of these two going easy on each other. JTG more of a technical superstar, whereas Shad obviously quite a hard hitter. It's a very similar match to the Chavo Guerrero Ezekiel Jackson one we saw earlier. It really is.
And again, JTG's going
Uh-oh.
high risk. What a reversal.
It's the second time he's attempted that, and I think it's the second time it hasn't fully connected. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we're back at it. Shad, JTG, ECW Championship Tournament. Contenders tournament, I should say. Yoshitatsu is the champion. This is not for the championship. Sorry about that. But it's now time to close this one out. Find out who's going to be facing off against another SmackDown superstar in 2 weeks in this championship tournament. Definitely think that Ezekiel Jackson and the winner of this match have a bit of an advantage heading into the tournament semi-finals and finals, because the semi-finals and finals will be happening on the exact same episode. There'll be a back-to-back match, which means that someone's going to have to go one match and then immediately another afterwards. Meanwhile, someone's going to have no week off. You know, obviously, Ezekiel Jackson, we may not see him again for 2 weeks. He might just come back for the semi-final in 2 weeks. But, whoever wins next week's Raw match, they've got to go against Ezekiel Jackson. And although a week's a good recovery time, I think 2 weeks may be better. This has been all about JTG just trying to get any bit of offense in, whilst Shad continues to beat and bully his former tag team partner. Huge slam. Could be looking at the end for JTG. Yep, that to me looks like that'd be it. Sorry to say, JTG, but there you go. So Shad has advanced in the ECW Championship Contenders tournament. His second ever win, and I think his first ever singles win. In fact, I think that was his first ever singles match. But, needless to say, he got the job done. Shad has come out with the win and will be advancing in the ECW Championship Contenders tournament. So we shall see what the future holds for this guy. Will he be the next one to challenge Yoshitatsu for the title? Only time will tell. Let's move on to the rankings and news. As we wait forever for it to load. So in news, DiBiase and Finley's relationship has gotten even worse. I guess that makes sense. In terms of rankings, from Raw, that's the same, that's the same. Can't quite tell if anything's changed here. Think that maybe Kofi went up, maybe everyone went up, I don't know. Not a clue. I don't actually know what the changes were there, but there was none on that one. There wouldn't be any on that. Punk has advanced above JTG. JTG has dropped a rank from his loss, basically, and nothing on there. So not really any rankings changes that we can see. But Ezekiel Jackson and Shad have both advanced. So we have got potentially coming up next on SmackDown, Jimmy Snuka versus Dolph Ziggler. I don't know about that one. A tag team ladder match between Jericho and The Miz and Punk and Gallows. I really don't know about that one. Finley versus British Bulldog. Most likely not. A handicap match, Cena versus Edge and Nemesis. That is a big fat no, I'm afraid. We got some chamber qualifiers to do. 3 of these matches will probably be chamber qualifiers, thinking on it. Just try to get closer to that one, because so far for the World Heavyweight title chamber, we've got Big Show, Undertaker, and Orton, I believe. So we've still got 3 more people to find out, which will probably involve a few of the names you see here. You'll probably see Mysterio get his shot, Punk get his shot. Maybe Jericho, DiBiase, and Ziggler get their shots. Maybe not. But thanks for joining me for this episode of ECW, sorry. I'll see you guys on the next episode of SmackDown as we find out who the final 3 participants for the World Heavyweight Championship Chamber are. There might be a tag team title contenders match, but it definitely won't involve the champions, that's for sure. So that might be something to look forward to as well, because I kind of take when it books a contenders match for the tag titles as when I should book a contenders match for the tag titles. So, yeah. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.